I think you're a hater, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, where we go, haters going down for the count, looking at the ground. I think you're a hater, I think you're a hater, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, where we go, haters going down for the count, looking at the ground. I think you're a hater, I think you're a hater, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, where we go, haters going down for the count, looking at the ground. I think you're a hater, I think you're a hater, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, where we go.
And if you was instead of hating, you'd be balling too. I know you seen us falling too. All the rich niggas is all my crew. Fuck it, they can't touch us. If stuck up is what you call it, cool. Ooh, you should have seen when I came down in that. Black on black, cause it's greater haters face down on the mat. Splat, yeah, I can make a green nigga mad. Quick, fast, flash like 10 cash on this bitch ass. You can tell I'm a G by the walk in the stands. I play the game.
Yo, world, salute, G.
You talk to the man, if it ain't about bridge, you talk to the head. I show you how to get rich. You got a weak arm, I'll show you how to pitch. Made so play, I'll show you by the hit. And tell the police I don't know about shit.
Good job, man. Salute, salute.
Like the air. Ain't that something when it's stunting, man? It's nothing like air. Homie, hold it right there. Homeboy, right there.
Haters going down for the count, looking at the ground. I think you're a hater, I think you're a hater, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, where we go, haters going down for the count, looking at the ground. I think you're a hater, I think you're a hater, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, where we go.
I got one in the back, I got one in the front. I make them do what I say. They tell me say what I want, I tell them get your money, girl, and just stop breathing. Cause if it ain't about that dough, it ain't about me neither. See a gangster like myself, I get that paper and women. Man, your woman probably out there with some paper to give me. Listen, you're looking at a real pimp, ask my old women. And they'll tell you no remote, I control women. I'm a whole load, put me in the game, woman. If he ain't paying, then he shouldn't be playing. I'm saying, broke dudes only make jokes funny. I make more than I can fit in this quote, honey. Unquote, come sun soak with me, ma. Fly it down here and lay you up in my beach house.
Haters going down for the count, looking at the ground. I think you're a hater, I think you're a hater, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, where we go, haters going down.
What up, what up? Salute, family. Salute, salute, salute. Peace and blessings to all. Shout out to the Most High for being here for all of us. Make sure everybody here today. You know, now that that's said, let's get into this boxing stuff. I'm going to be a little PG right now, but hey, that means pro gaming. You feel me? Boy, they say we might be getting Shakur and Frank Martin. The boxing community and the boxing year is getting better and better. But Bob Arum don't want that fight. Shakur say he want the bread, but does he really want that fight? You know, Earl Spence said and Frank Martin said they like it, but does Shakur want that fight? That'd be a hell of a fight for Shakur. That'd be the most talented person he's been in the ring with. It'd be a faster person. See, Shakur, he's been looking real good, but we haven't seen nobody that has the athletic skills to test Shakur. We seen Shakur in the ring with a Jeremiah Nakathila, right? Who Raymond Murtala knocked out in less than 2 rounds. And we seen that Shakur Stevenson misjudged Nakathila and felt Nakathila's power, and Shakur Stevenson was on his back foot the whole fight. Now, Frank Martin, he has power too. I think he might have more power than Jeremiah Nakathila. So what's Shakur going to do when he feels Frank Martin's power? But the difference between Nakathila and Frank Martin is Frank Martin also is athletic. He's fast. He's real athletic and quick. And Shakur has not been in a ring with a fast fighter. You know, usually Shakur is the more athletic fighter. We have never seen Shakur in a ring with a faster fighter. So that's going to be an interesting thing to see. I don't know how he'll be able to handle that. Because Shakur, he stands right in front of fighters, and he does that little slick defense where they miss him by inches. But what if you time it wrong? You in there with a quicker, more athletic fighter, and you misjudge their speed. Because Frank Martin ain't no slow fighter. He ain't no slow leap. And his learning curve is amazing. People don't realize Frank started this thing late. But Frank Martin also has a hell of a learning curve. He's got better each fight. And he's been fighting tough fighters like Artyom. People sleep on Artyom. Artyom is a banger. Artyom will beat 90% of the 135ers out there right now. And then, he beat Little Ali. Jackson Martinez also. So Frank Martin, he's been moving, and he's been taking tougher challenges each fight. And that's the way they're moving them, because they building them they building and developing him instead of just making a fighter. Robert Hill, salute. Salute, King. And see, that's how you have to do with a boxer. You have to progress your boxing, especially in the early stages of boxing, because boxing is like babies. Babies learn the best. Shawala, Shalom, princess, and salute. Boxing is like a baby. A baby can learn 2 languages when they 2. It's a lot easier to learn when you're new to something, when you're true to something. And Frank Martin, he's been steadily progressing each fight. He banged it out with Tank in sparring. Bruce Gas, salute, King. He's done banged it out with Tank. So Frank's been in there with a damn speedy person with power. I don't think Shakur has enough power to hurt Frank, but does Frank have enough power to hurt Shakur? Because we've seen Shakur run a whole fight on his back foot against Jeremiah Nakathila. And that's one time Shakur didn't stand in front of a fighter and fight the whole fight, making a miss. He got the hell up out of there because he felt that power and he realized he could go down. He wasn't doing all that Matrix type shit. Rome the plug, salute, King. He wasn't doing all that Matrix shit when he was in there with Nakathila. Just like he ain't gonna do that Matrix stuff in there with Frank Martin. But Shakur, I say, is still one of the best defensive fighters out there. So Frank Martin's gonna have an uphill climb. But as a boxing fan, we got to see it. These are the type of fights that we want to see. I got to see it. I want to see who's better. And it ain't a knock on either one. If the fight's close, if anybody lose, it doesn't make him no less of a fighter. Bernard Hopkins still had a great career after losing his first fight and losing to Roy Jones. He still became a legendary fighter. James Toney lost his first fight to Roy Jones. He still became a great fighter. Roman the plug, salute for that $5 super chat, saying salute to the channel. Salute to you, King. Salute to you. But that's what I'm saying. People, as boxing fans, the culture has changed. People think because you got a loss, you're not valid no more. I feel like if you got a loss, that adds character. That means you dared to be great, that you went outside your comfort zone, that you took something that, wasn't a give me. Nobody likes a bully. And when you fighting somebody that's 3-4 classes below you, that's basically being a bully. And fighters that's okay with that, it gets to me because why would you not want to see how great you really could be or how great you are? That's why I respect Earl so much, because Earl, he took on all challenges. Earl will fight anybody. And that's why I respect and appreciate Man Down. Strap season. He took a loss, but hey, he took the challenge. He took the fight. He fought it. And that's what I feel like about all fighters that will take fights. I don't give a damn about a person that's undefeated like Jaime Munguia. That man's 43-0. But can you name 5 people that he beat? You got 43-0. You should have at least 20 good marquee names on there. See, Floyd, he beat 22 champions. The closest person is Oscar. I mean, not Oscar, Manny Pacquiao. He was 5 to 7 away from him. He was like at 15 or 17. I can't remember the exact number. But I know he was under double digits. And then after Manny, the rest is double digits away. So see, and Floyd, after fighting all them champions, he's the marquee person. He's who people want to aspire to be. when they say it's a great fighter, they always compare him to Floyd. They always compare him, can he beat Floyd? They don't say, can he beat Canelo or can he beat Pacquiao? Nothing like that. It's Floyd. Floyd is the essence of greatness. And we got to fight this weekend, Daniel Dubois and Usyk. But I still remember last year, Usyk said he wanted Wilder next. He seen that Robert Helenius fight, and he realized he might not be what that's cut out for. He realized Wilder's a little bit too fast and a little bit too much power. And even though Usyk boxed Anthony Joshua, he got hit quite a few times. And so he realized you can't just take shots like that from Deontay Wilder. Because that's bomb squad right there. That's the right hand of God. Hold on one second. Let me drink this thing real quick. Hold up. Gotta stay hydrated. The diuretics and stuff, boy, they be drying me out. Try to get the fluid out my chest. Got a little backup, but it's all good. So how everybody doing today right now? Shout out to everybody in here. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for me. Man, I watched this thing this weekend. Chihuahua. It was called Redneck Brawls. If you ain't seen it, Fight TV has it. And, you know, I bought it on Fight TV. And, you know, you can still watch it again. But Redneck Brawls, man, that's some of the funniest, colorful fighting I've seen. And the commentating, oh, man, the commentating is to die for. No rednecks was out there boxing, giving it all. And it was Kentucky versus West Virginia. They had 36 fights. And they had a ring girl challenge. Woo! Yes, Edgar Chavez. When he sat there and said that man had a turd cutter on him, looked like he won't never have hemorrhoids. I was like, what? Wait, what was that? Then the other one sat there and said, we watched her grow up and I don't even care. I'm ready to damn demolish. I'm like, bro. But hey, the commentary made that thing so colorful, man. Like, that was crazy right there. But they was fighting though. If you like boxing, I mean, it's all things salute. Yeah, it was. They had some boxers in there. I mean, they weren't professional, but the boys was out there throwing leather. They was out there throwing leather. We had a few knockouts out there. That thing, it was pretty entertaining. See, I like to watch a lot of fights. Like, that's the third episode of Redneck Brawls. You know, I like watching. Good job, Stank. Stank, you won the Victor Crown? Oh, good job, baby boy. Goodbye. Good job. Just letting y'all know my son just won on Fortnite. He's on gold tier right now. That Fortnite, boy, them kids love that game right there. I remember when it was just a game app. I remember when it first started, it was just an app on the phone. And they done made a lot of money off that thing. That and PUBG or whatever it was. Yep. But yeah, Daniel Dubois and Usyk. Dubois ain't been the same since George beat him. Dubois had that killer instinct when he first came out. He showed some promise. Then he showed a lot of faults. And Joe Joyce literally broke this man's eye socket with just a jab. He was hitting him with the jab all night, over and over. Hold on one second. Let me cut this off. All right. He was kissing him all night. It was like that man ain't knew nothing. He was allergic to defense. Oakland LD, salute, King, salute. Well, let's get this show started. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link. Anybody want to hop in here and get this party started with Upper Echelon? We about to get it going. See who want to get up here with it. Hold on. So Matchroom. Matchroom is a bunch of shiesty people. And I've been knew that. Like they're dealing with Daniel Kinahan and now with this Bumgarner situation. That Bumgarner situation, it smells real fishy right there. But Eddie Hearn, you can't trust Eddie Hearn because you know when Canelo was with Golden Boy, he wasn't with Eddie Hearn. You know, Eddie Hearn said that, yeah, Canelo was a drug cheat. But then when Canelo got back with Matchroom, then he acted like it didn't happen. Also, Eddie Hearn, the same one that lied to us about the Wilder and Joshua fight. And he's starting to act flaky on the Wilder and Joshua fight right now. And like the Saudis, the Saudi princes, they already got everything set up just about for the fight. They just got to get the date together. And now Eddie Hearn acting like he got cold feet. Now, if he sits there and he backs out this fight again, we're done with him, man. We're done because this fight is 5 years overdue for one thing. We could have been had an undisputed heavyweight, either Joshua or Wilder. They took that from us, and now they playing with the fight. And then we all forgot about the fight. They wasn't even caring about the fight no more. But then they want to get us damn interested in the fight again. Don't play with us as boxing fans. Don't do that. Pause yourself 1 second. I'm switching devices, people. Hold on. In the studio. Hold on 1 second, people. I'm switching devices. Mute this one. All right, I got that switched. Get up out of that. All right, there we go. All right, now we good. Opening. Salute opening LD. All things, yes, all things. He collected that out for real. But I also picked Zane Zali to beat Joe Joyce. Everybody thought it was a long pick. But I did because I seen Zane Zali, that big Chinese guy, the big shot. They call him Big Bang Zane, and it's for a reason. The way he dominated Philip Herkovich and then got robbed right there. And you know, a lot of them foreign countries, they're not as stringent as the United States when it comes to PEDs. That's why Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, they do a lot of their fights overseas because they're not as stringent when it comes to fair boxing practices. You know, they ain't trying to compete with the American fighters because fighters in America are just leagues above everywhere else, honestly. There's leagues above. All the great fighters really come from America. You have a few that come from other places, but when you think about boxing, you think about the United States. We got the Mexicans, we got the blacks, we got the white people that come in there. You know, we got them all. It's a melting pot. And you know, it might have started over in Britain, but it was perfected in America. No hate though. Like Britain had Lennox Lewis, they had that. We give them that. And you know, they had the Klitschko's over there where Usyk and Loma from. I don't want to say the name because we over there fighting the war over there, and people don't realize what the war is about. But the war is about that rainbow. That's what the war is about. They want to join that rainbow coalition. And Putin said, nah, we ain't playing that next door to us, especially when you one of our provinces. And you know, they right next door to Russia. And they want to be a part of that. They want to be a part of that rainbow coalition. And Putin said, nah, we're not doing that. And so they want to join the UN. And you know, it's not going down like that. So people need to also watch the news and see what's going down because China has just formed a pact with Russia, Iran. They just also formed one with Nigeria and other African countries because France they gonna go to war with France because the Africans are kicking the France out of their kingdom. They said they done got exploited out of their resources enough, and shout out to them. But that's my other channel right there. We're not gonna do that over there. I'm sorry about that, y'all. We're gonna keep it boxing. We're gonna keep it boxing. We're gonna keep it sports. Talked to Derek James yesterday, right? He said Charlo is in the best shape that he's been in, and he's throwing that hand with conviction. And I asked him, I say, well, are you worried about him re-injuring the head? He said they're functioning with that head. He's going to do a lot of body shots with that head, a lot of body work with that head. Yeah, I know, Shawar. I know. People didn't come here for that. But yeah, he's going to do a lot of body work with that hand right there and up top with the other hand. But see, Canelo versus Charlo, this is what people fail to realize now. They all think Charlo's overmatched, but Canelo's really a 160-pound fighter. Canelo and Charlo started off the same. Charlo has 4 inches on Canelo, 5 to 6 inches on the reach. Bivol has 73-inch reach, and he deadlined Canelo with that jab. Charlo has a 74-inch reach, and he's more athletic. See, I respect Canelo because he's never been in the ring with the type of fighter that Charlo is. Charlo doesn't just do one thing great. He does everything real well. You feel what I'm saying? He has exceptional movement. He has good defense. He has a good jab. He has good power in both hands. He got good body work. He has good stamina. Like, Charlo is the overall well-rounded fighter. And, he has good IQ. Floyd had great IQ, great counterpunching ability, and great defense. But he wasn't as athletic as Charlo in his later years. And Arizona Laura had great IQ and great athleticism, but he didn't have the power that Charlo had. So see, this is like Floyd, Laura, and a Triple G rolled into one. But I feel like he has, young world. Oh, yeah, he gave me some updates on EJ. He said EJ on vacation with his family, young world. He said EJ on vacation with his family. Say he's going to take about a month or 2 off, and then they're going to come back too. But like I said before, Bud versus EJ ain't next. It's not about to happen next. Well, shit, y'all on my channel, so I'm going to just say it. I ain't really, he shouldn't get mad about it, but he was just like, that ain't the fight that's really coming next. He said that the people ain't trying to do it really, but he said it's a couple things they see that they need to twerk out anyway. That's why I said it would be great for him to go to 154 and fight Tim Tszyu or Brian Castano, make a dominant performance. Terrence Crawford ain't going nowhere. Terrence Crawford knows Earl's his biggest payday, and it was his biggest payday. And he knows if Earl's still Earl, that we know that Earl is, then Earl's going to make it a big payday again. Because if they go into a media rematch right now, they only did $650,000. A lot of people ain't going to buy that fight because it was so one-sided, and it was so abysmal the way they fought. But if Earl go up there and knock down Tim Tszyu or Brian Castano, and Charlo take out a Keith Thurman or somebody with a name, because PBC is actively promoting Charlo, if y'all haven't understood that yet. Like, he's an Al Haymon fighter now. He signed with Al Haymon. So, he's actively pushing. They actively trying to build Charlo. They trying to build Bud to a big star. They got him doing interview after interview. And, this is the first time you actually see Bud happy. Bud feel like he's finally getting his roses. He finally getting what he deserves. But we've been telling him that. He the one that stayed on top rank. If he'd have been on that PVC, he'd have been getting recognition. But, Showtime trying to get Bud in the ring with boots. And I'm just going to be 100% honest. That's not going to happen. Unless they offer Bud probably about $50-60 million. I don't really think that's going to happen. Because Bud knows Jerron Ennis is at his peak. He's peaking right now. He hasn't even reached his ceiling. Don't nobody really know how good Jerron Ennis really is. And Bud ain't trying to be the one to take that chance and figure out that kid's a lot better than he thought. If you understand, he's more athletic than Bud. He's bigger than Bud. The man's 5'10". He's faster than Bud. He has more power in both hands than Bud. He's a natural switch hitter. So he would be a nightmare for Bud. You feel what I'm saying? Now, maybe Bud back in the day, it'd have been a much quicker, easier fight. But right now, Jerron Ennis is stepping on shit. And I think Jerron Ennis, he got a good 6-7 more years before he really fight any adversity, honestly. Because when Bud and Spence leave, who's going to challenge that man? But Spence can also fight Virgil Ortiz now that he's a 147. All things Bruce versus Thurman ain't going to happen. Thurman talks a lot, but Thurman not stupid. He's not trying to be a name that young Bruce step up on. He's not going to be that name. Thurman wants a big fight. Thurman, he loved the way that Manny Pacquiao. See, boxing is also a drug. You feel what I'm saying? When you get that feel, when you get that crowd yelling, that crowd surging, you know, that's an adrenaline rush. Like, everybody wants that big moment. And 90% of fighters never get that big fight. Keith Thurman got it with Manny Pacquiao. They did about 500,000. And, you know, Keith's trying to get back to that. Shawad, if Thurman ain't coming to 154, he not fighting EJ. EJ's done with 147, period. It's over with down there. And I think the PBC looking at Thurman and Crawford, honestly. Just on the humbug that if Thurman could win, then the PBC will have all the belts still. Because they know Crawford is at the twilight of his career. Crawford got probably a good 2 years left. That whole boy, salute, King. Crawford only has a few years left. He's over 35 now. So, you know, they like pushing him. They like him as a champion right now, but it ain't for so long he's going to last. Like, Father Time is undefeated, you know. And it's funny because a lot of fighters get with the PBC at the twilight of their career, like Pacquiao did, Mikey Garcia did, even though he didn't know it was going to be the twilight. You know, Floyd signed that last contract and Canelo signed that contract. Because PBC is going to get you, after you done built your career and you ready to retire, go to the PBC. Because the PBC is going to get you the money that you're looking for to go out there and do. Yeah, Shawar, 54 is up there with Allen, but you know, Thurman wants the belts. Thurman wants the belts. He said he wants the belts. That's why I say Thurman ain't going up to fight Earl. He wants Bud. Hey, that whole boy. Yeah, EJ should run it back, but think about it, bro. EJ just got that ring with him, and that shit was so lopsided. Now, I'm an Earl Spence fan. I watched it again if they ran it back. I watched it, they ran it back 3-4 times. But who else would pay for it? Who else is going to pay for that fight? A lot of fans, and Steve Showtime and them, they listen to the fans. That's why we've been getting these great fights. But a lot of people saying it's no need for a rematch. It's no need for one. That's what they say. But if Earl goes up and stops Tim Tszyu, he goes up and stops Brian Castano, or somebody like that, and he looks spectacular. If he looks spectacular at 154, then they got an angle to push for the fight. It's about building the fight. See, that whole boy, they only did 650,000. Most people was talking about $1 million or something. I said about 700. But people was talking about $1 million, maybe $2 million on the fight. And you see, it wasn't. So you got to cut that in half. And you know, both fighters are still going to want their biggest paydays. They're not trying to take half what they got. I mean, yeah, it's in the contract, that whole boy, but you ain't been listening to my videos, big boy. I'm going to play something for you, bro. Yeah, it's in the contract. It's in the contract, but for what people don't realize, contracts, it's legal. It's legal wiggle room in contracts, brother. Like if both parties in the contract, it's legal wiggle rules. I'm gonna show you. Steven Espinosa already said it though, but I'm gonna let you hear. I'm gonna let you hear what Steven Espinosa said, homie. Hold on. They have to make some intrigue because. Hold on. All right, this is Steven Espinosa, y'all. I just started. Well, Nelo's been consistent. Like he wants the rematch. He said right after the fight he hasn't. There are a lot of conversations going on internally with his team. Some I'm privy to, some I'm not. But I wouldn't really want to disclose all of those. But the question is really what's best for his health. What's best for sort of his future. Is it a weight issue at 147? Is 54 right for him? Are there lingering effects, from the high or the car accident? All those things are fair questions. He's been through a lot. So I think, look, I think all of that is still to be determined. But the one thing that is absolutely the case is, Spence wants the rematch. The question is as a team, do all his advisors agree that that's the best way to go? No. Maybe you're more privy to this. Like, a lot of people have suggested maybe a chess fight at this point and going to the rematch. The way the contract is, like, does he have to go into a rematch, or he can have like not a tune-up, but like a chess fight before he goes into that? It's an immediate rematch. So now, like the next fight, it has to be proper. It has to be, but there's always negotiations. And the reality is, it is a big fight. It's the biggest fight, arguably, for either one of them right now. So, I'm not sure what. I haven't obviously spoken to Crawford about it. But if he had to wait a fight, and then get a big rematch, I don't see why that would be a big problem. So, look, I don't think if he wants to test himself at 47, I don't think that means that there won't be a rematch. It just means there has to be some negotiating. December, is that still the tenure plan when you last spoke to everyone? It hasn't, haven't really talked about the timetable. I mean, that's the timetable that's in their contract for the rematch. But again, I think there's flexibility, both ways. Is there any way the rematch doesn't happen? Like, is it possible? Sure. There's a couple different ways. I mean. Oh, hold on one second, y'all. Hold on one second. And Crawford decides. Basically, what they were saying is, it's a lot of flexibility in that contract right now. Now that Bud Crawford is an Al Heyman fighter now. You feel what I'm saying, whole boy? Bud Crawford has now signed with Al Heyman because he done got that fettuccine with the Alfredo. You feel me? With extra cheese. You know what I'm saying? So they already mapped out the plan. Al Heyman is treating Bud like he treats all his people that he advised. And when you have a great advisor like Al Heyman who has advised Beyonce, Michael Jackson, Drake, Prince, all these great billionaires and stuff like that, you gonna listen. Crush the Legend, salute, King. I'm gonna drop this link though. Anybody wanna hop up here and get up here and speak with the upper echelon? You know how we do it. It's everybody's channel. We all get up here and speak our Smoking Buzz Revenge salute. Y'all can all get up here and we can chat this thing. But he's now Al Heyman fighter now. So Al Heyman's done mapped out the best thing for Bud. So he's gonna follow his advisor's plan. Now they're building Bud, making him a bigger star. They're gonna have him make bigger fights, but they're saving that Earl and Spence fight because they know right now them two locked in. Those two are locked in. They each other's dancing partner, honestly. So they're gonna get Bud. That's why I said they might get Bud versus Keith or Bud versus somebody else, to build him up higher. Because Bud's probably now a 225,000 pay-per-view buy fighter now. Before Spence, he was 100,000 buy fighter. Even though he did like 15 on BLK Prime. But now he's about a 225,000 pound fighter at the moment. They're trying to get Bud up to like a 300,000, maybe 350,000 fighter. If he beats Keith Thurman, that'll push him up to at least a 275 to 300 fighter. That would be a big thing for his legacy. He beats Keith Thurman. And then, Earl he has loyal fans. People gonna buy Earl Spence fights. He might have lost a few. You know how we got a few fake fans, but the majority of Earl Spence fans is still there. So plus if Earl go up there to 154, like I said, and he shows up and shows out, and he makes a statement, and he makes like one or two statements, then that's going to add intrigue to the fight. Because now people going to be like, well, I wonder what Earl look like now. Because it was obviously that he was weight drained. You feel me? They can use that line right there. They can use that excuse. They can use the fact that Earl has been in that division his whole career. While other fighters in 12 years have been through 2 or 3 divisions. Earl's been in the same division. And so that makes that fight more interesting. You feel what I'm saying? So they have to give it an angle, because right now, people don't want to see that immediate rematch. I would, because I know Earl's a lot better at a heavier weight. But then you also have Bud talking about he want 168. So if he goes up to 168 and fights the winner of Canelo and CHARLO, 168, that's Earl's perfect weight right there. Floyd said Earl will be great at 160 or 168. Yeah, they could after that, if Bud was to beat any of them, that's an even bigger fight for him and Earl. Especially if Earl done made his stamp and he's stomping on people, that makes that fight that much more bigger. And if Earl go up there and beat him, then guess what? We got a trilogy on our hands. You got to realize boxing is like wrestling at some points. Sometimes they have it scripted on who's supposed to win, but sometimes you have upsets in the damn balance. But for right now, they planned it out the way they want it. They're going to get Spence up there in a higher weight class, and they're going to get Bud to continue his legacy and build his name. And then they're going to have the two come back again. They talking about late 2024 is when they want to do the Spence and Crawford rematch. Wawa, salute. Smoking on Bud, salute, King.
What up, Upper Echelon?
What's going on with you?
Not much, man. It's chiming in on this boxing.
Yeah, I feel you. All things at 168, that's a super fight. You got Spence at his best weight, and you got Bud moving up to 168. He had already been there, had a fight up there, but you have Spence going up to his more natural weight. That'll make that thing that much more sweeter. Because people sitting there talking about Bud to beat Spence at 154, 160, 168, we might get a chance to see it.
Hey, when Hearns and Leonard had a rematch, didn't they fight at 168, 160, something like that?
I think they fought at 160.
Because I know the first time they fought, it was at 47.
Yeah, the first time it was at 147.
Yeah.
I think they rematch was at 160. I'm thinking.
Let me see right quick.
But Wawa, Boots is a big. I mean, I would love to see Bud versus Boots. Yeah. But guess what, Wawa? Bud get in there with Boots, and that boy too young, fast, and strong. He does everything Bud does, but he's younger and faster. And he might be more powerful because he got power in both hands, not just his right like Bud.
Okay, it was at 60.
Yeah, that's what I said, at 60. If Boots beat Bud, then that ruins that upsets the apple cart for Bud and Spence. So PBC ain't gonna risk it, but Showtime is trying to get it done. Yeah. Showtime is trying to get Boots versus Bud so they can get control of them belts. Because they know Bud ain't got but like 2 years left anyway. Go ahead and chime in, King. Let them know what you want to holler about.
It's just talking about the potential rematch between Spence and Crawford. I mean, Earl ain't said nothing yet, and he got 9 days to do so, they said. So
he's on vacation.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't think we're gonna get that fight next. I think Earl gonna fight somebody else at 54, and Bud, he gonna shit. I don't know what he gonna do. He said he want CHARLO Canelo win him, but we'll see.
Well, if CHARLO win, it's gonna be a rematch.
Yeah.
Then he can get that winner. But I feel like Charlo gonna beat Canelo and wash him. Honestly, I feel like it's not even gonna be close. Cause Canelo, he's used to being the quicker fighter. And one thing people don't realize is speed kills. Well, Larry Holmes had experience over Tyson, and you see how that worked out for him. Experience don't always win, especially when you're getting older. Bud is 35 years old going against Jerron Boots Ennis, who is 10 years his junior. That man is a different type of animal. He got different type of speed, different type of power. Plus, Bud can't use his reach on Jerron Ennis. Jerron Ennis is 5'10", 5'11". And he has a little bit more reach than Bud.
Yeah, Boots got that motor.
Okay, while Boots does like accolades, but how would his accolades be if he get in the ring and he gets booted by Boots? You got to realize people don't know how great Boots is yet. And that's why Bud has never took a fight into the unknown. We haven't seen what Boots' ceiling is. We might not even know what Boots' ceiling is. Boots might be a young Roy Jones. Unlimited possibilities. The man is a true switch hitter. Not like Bud. He's a true switch hitter. And you got to realize you're talking about experience. Boots has over 31 fights now. He's not no amateur. Boots has been fighting his whole life. His father, his brothers, all of them are fighters. That's what people forget to think about. Boots has experience. He has more fights than Earl Spence. And he's done fought former champions like Limpinets, Delorme. He's done fought some good challengers. He just made him look bad.
If Boots plan on staying at 47 to collect all them belts, shit, he might have to see Gary Antoine again in the pros.
But I feel like Boots beat Gary Antoine in that last fight. But they gave it to Gary Antoine because Gary Antoine was a PBC fighter already. He was already legacy to PBC while Boots was signed to the same dude that Bud signed with. What's your boy name?
Cameron Duncan.
Yeah, Cameron Duncan. Yeah, all things
fights,
Boots is Terrence Crawford style on steroids, honestly.
Pretty much. Younger, fresher, hungry.
Taller, longer.
Yeah, he definitely got the reach advantage over Bud.
Yeah, see, Bud's always had the reach advantage on all his opponents. That's going to be the one time he don't have the reach advantage. He's always had the speed advantage. It's not going to be on that one. He's not going to have the power advantage because Boots has power in both hands. And Boots, he switches naturally. It's not forced.
Yeah.
He can switch in the middle of the round while Bud has to come out the rounds and switch.
Yeah, Boots switch in the middle of a punch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Boots will switch in the middle of a combo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely watch it too. That's pay-per-view, all things.
Yeah, they building Boots. They doing the right thing. He's finna go fight Stanionis. He's finna unify.
He's not about to fight Stanionis.
Nah, not next. But I'm saying eventually they're gonna have to fight, bro.
Stanionis, I feel like Ramon Villa would be probably tougher than Stanionis.
We'll see.
Stanionis is a typical European fighter. If you remember him versus Butayev, they stood right there and they traded shots.
Yeah.
They boxed a little bit. He was in the high guard. Butayev, they trade shots. He got a good jab. He stays in the high guard. But if you look at it, he has decent power, but it ain't great power. He has a decent jab, but it ain't great. Like Stanionis is basically like a good B level fighter. Like he'd never be a world champion type fighter, but he's good enough to be a world champion, but he's not good enough to be a great. If you understand what I'm saying, like he like a Caleb Truix. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, like a Sergey Lipinets or some shit.
Yeah.
I mean, he gonna get elevated though. He the WBA regular champ.
Yeah, he gonna get elevated. Yeah, he's gonna get elevated, but his first defense, what's gonna happen?
Fuck around, lose shit.
Yep.
Better fight Boots and get that money.
That's why he was waiting all that time to fight Spence. And he feel like he done got shitted because he didn't get that Spence money.
Yeah, you should have known he wasn't gonna get that. Even if he would have beat Crawford, he wasn't gonna get that.
Yeah, but he was getting that step aside each time though.
Oh yeah, for sure. He definitely got to get paid. He pissed he didn't get the Virgil fight. He spent all that money on Camp.
Yeah,
This
he had to pay for
motherfucker.
camp. He had to pay for camp 3 times.
Yeah.
And see, that's another thing right there. I would have made Golden Boy or Matchroom. They would have had to compensate my shit for that, bro. Like, cause it's 3 times your fighter pulled out. So like, yeah, somebody got to compensate me for paying for this camp. And the coaches ain't getting paid because the coaches they get paid off the percentage of the winnings. So I think PBC gonna try to get stadiums. I would like to see stadium. Honestly, if y'all are good, if y'all boxing fans, I'm gonna tell you a great fight. Stanionis versus Cody Crowley. That'll be a great fight right
That's shit. I was gonna say that's who Boost probably fight next. Cause he the highest in the IBF.
Cody Crowley's a good fighter. Y'all hold on for a second. Hey, go ahead, keep it going for me, King. I gotta answer my wife real quick.
I got you. Say Boost got the IBF. Yeah. He gonna end up getting elevated. That whole boy. He gonna get elevated once Bud decide to move up. He gonna get elevated. Full champ. Yeah, dog pound. Ain't nobody trip off no damn John Ryder, man. It was just a nice little tune up, confidence builder for Canelo. He ain't even get him up out of there. Yeah, all things, yeah. Who I think EJ should fight at 54 next? I like the Castano fight. I like the Keith Thurman fight. If he can't get Bud, I like the Virgil Ortiz fight, but we don't know his health condition. I think if Earl want to stay on pay-per-view, he gonna have to fight a Stanley. I mean, not a Stanley. Damn, a Virgil Ortiz Jr. or, like I said, shit.
Virgil Ortiz, he good, bro. Dog pound salute. BL salute. But you know, Virgil Ortiz, he's still good. It was just that damn rhabdomyolysis because he was trying to make a weight that his body was too big for. You know, Virgil Ortiz 5'10", 5'11" with a big frame.
Yeah.
And he trying to make damn motherfucker 147. Everybody told him he was too big for that shit.
Tim Zoo. I mean, Earl might go to Australia and fight Tim Zoo. I don't know.
The hell he would. Why would he have to go to Australia? Earl Spence is a big draw, bro. Tim Zoo got to fight him here. Tim Zoo ain't even a pay-per-view star, bro. Tim Zoo ain't even a pay-per-view star. Even if Tim Zoo had the belt, he would have to fight Earl over here. Period. It's all about you see, Stephen Fulton had 2 belts where he had to go fight anyway at.
Shit, Japan.
Yeah, Tim Zoo ain't sold not one pay-per-view. And he been calling for Earl.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, B. He should have fought Thurman, bro. Like, it's a payday, man. I understand Thurman corny, he this, he that. He stalled you out, but whoop his ass. You know what I'm saying? Make some money. Thurman would have been a great fight for him.
Yeah, Virgil Ortiz had a problem cutting off. Nah, dog pound, I wouldn't say that because you remember the McKinson fight? Virgil Ortiz was fighting that dude McKinson, who was undefeated and had 22 wins and had like 3 or 4 knockouts. He was fighting a dude that had no knockout power. McKinson was giving Virgil Ortiz everything he could handle. That boy McKinson, he was popping Virgil. He was he was hitting Virgil with some shit that Virgil couldn't stop. And he was using lateral movement. He showed all the holes in Virgil's defense. And if that dude had any kind of punching power, Virgil would have been in trouble.
But my thing with Earl is like, okay, say if you don't get the Bud fight next, you should want to fight a boxer. Because Bud is a boxer. Like, you fighting Virgil or Tim, them dudes are brawlers.
What you got to realize, 2 cent boxing salute. PGA beat dog, salute. Yeah, you know, BL salute, dog pound salute, Al Booga salute. But yeah, boxer or brawl, it don't really matter because Spence can box as well. Like I said, Spence, first off, Spence had that long ass layoff. Spence has Charlo over there to fight, the box, to keep his thing right. You feel what I'm saying? Charlo has better lateral movement than most fighters out there, and he's a great boxer. But you got to realize Spence he had 1 fight in 3 years. You feel what I'm saying? And he's getting older. His body was shocked because he wasn't used to making weight. He hadn't had to make weight in so long, and he felt like he could just get off the couch and do it, not realizing that nigga, you 33 years old now.
Yeah.
You can't just go out there and play a basketball game full court without warming up. And see,
Yeah.
he set out too late, and they realized their mistake. Hard head make a soft ass. You know what I'm saying? But wisdom, experience is the best teacher. You know what I'm saying? So now they learned. That's why Blu-ray said anything that could have went wrong did go wrong in that training camp. You know what I'm saying? You got to realize you got to treat your body different as you getting older. You know what I'm saying? Like when you buy a brand new car, you go out there and start that thing up with the button, and you good. After 5-10 years, you got to go out there in the cold, crank that thing up and let it get running before you start moving that thing. You know what I'm saying?
If you heard what Blu-ray said on the interview, I think he was on the WCS channel when he was like, "Do you think you and Derrick James can train under the same roof?" And Blu-ray was like, "It's some truth to that because when I trained Earl for the Pacquiao fight, he was at either my house or I was at his house. Like, you think can they coexist? Is that the problem why you didn't bring Blu-ray? Like, what it is?"
See what it is. It's a lot of egos that popped off. And I ain't gonna talk shit about Derrick James because that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? He been my guy since I started my channel. You know what I'm saying? And I can't say nothing bad about him because he's always gave me insight. He gave me a lot of information and everything. But you know, when Earl Spence was on his 12 knockout streak, right? Everybody he's fought under, take this upstairs from the stank. Put him on the bed. Don't let. You got to realize when Earl Spence was on his knockout streak, you remember everybody was saluting Blu-ray. Everybody was talking about, man, Blu-ray a beast. Blu-ray this, Blu-ray that. Derrick James wasn't really getting the shine that he should have got as the head coach. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody was talking about Spence's strength and conditioning training. You know what I'm saying? And coaches are like boxers. People have egos. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you want to be sought out for your work.
Like when Kenny Porter was like he trained Earl in the Olympics, Derrick was like, "Nah, you ain't training him. I trained him."
Yeah. See, like, people want to make a name for themselves, and they want to attach themselves to greatness. And so, if you felt like you did that, you eating cinnamon toast crunch now. So now, they did it like that. Oh, what you mixed it? Oh, so that's why that's a problem. But I think for the Earl is the fighter. He's the one that's in charge. He's the one that's got to sit there and let them know, like, look, put that shit to the side. This is for my future. This is my history. You know what I'm saying? Like, that other strength and conditioner, he ain't do his job right. He had Earl doing some bullshit. I seen some of it.
Yeah, Sanders fit. Yeah, he trained football players and basketball players.
Yeah, it's a lot of difference from basketball and football to boxing.
Even Frank looked flat. He looked more durable and athletic in the Michelle Rivera fight than his last fight versus Arthur.
Exactly. That's what I was going to bring up. If you notice the last few fights, Joshua, Frank, and Earl, they look like they were durable, but they look kind of sluggish. Like Frank, Frank didn't have his usual get
Elusive.
up and go.
Yeah, he wasn't elusive. He was just like
Yeah,
stagnated.
you got a man training people that in two different sports.
And they style that they got to be a certain way. It's a
Yeah,
certain
you got to be
movement.
elusive. You got to be fast. You got to have your fast twitch ass muscles popping, and you can't do that if you're not training the muscles.
I don't know, man. It might need to ditch Sanders fit. I understand he got the flash and the pizzazz, but he don't know how to train boxers just yet.
Oh
This
no,
whole
they're gonna get rid of
big
him.
swing.
They're gonna get rid of him. They're gonna do
Just in
some.
the
They're
right
gonna do some
position.
searching.
Now you can be with him during like when you don't have a fight lined up. You know what I'm saying? Like
Why
just
be
give him
with him
some
if you
fight.
ain't got a fight land up?
It said it's just
He's gonna
some
have you
might
working the
better
wrong
conditioning.
muscles, bro.
Yeah, he needs to get back with Blu-ray. He got to get back with Blu-ray. Why fix it if it ain't broke? Derek
Yeah.
got to put that ego to the side and just let Blu-ray work his magic, man. Like, you already got trained of the year, bro. You know what I'm saying? Your fighters, they not looking how they looking.
They've
I
been
think
looking a lot flat. They've been looking
yeah.
flat the last few fights. That's the link right there. Anybody want to hop in this
Now,
thing?
now motherfuckers want
Flawless
to talk about
mentality. Hold on one second. Flawless mentality with my dog, Dr. Mark. Salute, King. Peace and blessings. And 2 Cent Boxing. I ain't get a chance to say it at first, but salute, Princess. Peace and blessings. You know, I got to shout out everybody that come in. You know, it's the family. You feel me? But yeah, you know, that's why I say like a lot of people, they got a lot of egos. But if they can push the egos to the side for the best of it, then that'll be great right
You know what
there.
they say, man. Pride come before the fall.
Yep. After pride comes destruction.
Yeah, man. You got to put that shit to the side.
Yep. But if they could do that, then they'd be great right there. 2 Cent, if you want to hop up here and give your 2 cents. Now, Derek ain't doing nothing wrong, 2 Cent. What we saying is his fighters. I mean, like he needs to get the regular strength and conditioning coach back. You know, his fighters with that new strength and conditioning, ain't shit. I'm just throwing it out there. He's not shit. Derek, if you hear it, he ain't shit, bro. Like,
They look defined, but they wasn't elusive enough. Like they just
man, they did not look defined, bro. If you looked at Earl Spence, that man didn't have not nan fucking ab on him, bro. Hold on.
It's like bulky a little bit.
I'm about to put it up there. Hold up. Yeah, pride coming before the fall, but after pride comes destruction is also too. But hold on. Y'all look at that right there. Look what I just put up.
God damn. So that's the Ugas fight.
You see the difference between the Ugas fight, Spence, and the
It looked
Crawford
like
fight, Spence.
yeah. He
Look
wasn't
at the
boxed at
left
all.
and
You're
look at the
right.
right.
Yeah, he wasn't cut at all.
He ain't have no cut, no definition, no nothing.
Yeah, he's just bulky.
Yeah, he wasn't even that bulky. Crawford came in. Now look at Crawford over there. Crawford like Spence used to look.
Yeah, he filled out. Yeah.
Yeah, look at Spence. Spence ain't nothing like he used to look under Blu-ray. And that one, the one at the top, that's the Danny Garcia. I mean, not the Danny. That's the Lamont Peterson.
No, Lamont Peterson. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And it's crazy because Frank Martin sat down with Blu-ray and did an interview, and Blu-ray was like, "Man, you gotta hit me up, bro." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get you right.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I was gonna say. Like that right there.
This is how I know it's something, because even Blu-ray was like, "Yeah, man. Like, I stayed 10 minutes from Earl. He called me, watched Super Bowl and all that." But I'm like, gotta be something else beneath the surface we don't know that's going on. And like you said, ego. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, Kawhi. There's no excuses. We was just talking about that they need to get rid of that other damn that other strength and conditioner because
Yeah, ain't
Earl
no
didn't have.
excuses at all. Ain't no
Nah,
excuses.
Earl didn't have no definition. Like that man don't know Earl body.
Because
That man.
even if Earl was in the best shape, my fault, okay, that's wrong. But even if Earl was in a great shape, like it wouldn't probably wouldn't have determined the outcome. In my opinion, it would, but we would have to see.
Light skin business, salute, King. Oh, I definitely believe it would have been a different outcome. But I still believe that he should have took a fight in between. But
Yeah,
like I
should have fought
said,
third.
it's a learning experience. You
Yeah,
know, Lennox Lewis didn't take Hakeem Rockman seriously. He had a bullshit training camp. And you see what happened. He got put on his ass.
they
You
said
know what I'm
Bud
saying?
had a 3-week pre-fight camp at the UFC Institute Performance Center. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah, Bud had a training camp before and a fight. David Avenesian. See, Bud had the David Avenesian training camp in that fight to knock the ring rust off. And then he went into an immediate another training camp to get ready for Earl. So Bud was at his sharpest. That's why he was so damn sharp out there.
no matter who Earl fight, man, he got to be back in the ring by no later than January, February.
Yeah.
Can't have another layoff, man, sitting around. Shit ain't good.
Now they ain't about to do no layoffs. They about to get Earl right. He should have a fight by the end of the year, by January or February. And then they're gonna try to get another one in before they get the Bud. They want to get 2 fights before Bud.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna take the immediate rematch. It ain't looking like it.
I'm already telling you now they're not taking the immediate rematch.
So who you think he gonna fight? Ortiz,
King, I don't know, bro. But I don't know, King. I don't know, King. But that's what I'm saying. He's not gonna fight Thurman. That's off the table. I'm telling you who he needs to fight. Thurman's not trying to go to 154, King. Thurman wants the belt.
That's true. That's true.
What it is though, he needs to fight Tim Tszyu or Brian Castano or maybe Virgil Ortiz. He needs to fight somebody good with a name, and he has to step on them. He has to go out there and he has to destroy them. That's the only way he's going to get back on track. And if Earl can't get in the ring with one of them guys right there, then he don't need to be fighting. Because before this Bud fight, if you ask who to win between Earl and Castano, Earl and Tim Tszyu, we would have said Earl would have mashed them guys. There would have been no problem for Earl. So now after the Crawford fight, we can't look at it like that, because if Earl can't be back on his top tier, John Kramer, salute. If he can't be on his top tier, then he don't need to be in there, because boxing ain't a sport you can play with. Boxing ain't a sport that you play. This shit is real. This is like the Lions Den.
But the thing is, Kawhi Elliott, like, he worked with Earl for the Pacquiao fight, bro. That's why I was so confused why he didn't work with Blu-ray for the Ugas and the Bud fight.
Salute Shane Frazier and salute John Kramer. Exactly, that whole boy. Earl should run through them niggas. So if Earl can't get up there and run through them niggas, then it's something a lot wrong, worse than Earl than we thought. But like I said, I want Earl to go out there and take a big. Earl ain't got many fights left either. He gotta take big fights. He don't need no damn soft touches. Because a soft touch ain't gonna do nothing. A soft touch, and Earl has pride. He ain't trying to fight no soft touch anyway, because it takes a certain type of fighter to make a fighter get up. Like, fighters just don't get up for the scrubs, man. You gotta have somebody that's gonna make you get up and go hard. When you at this level, you need top competition. If you notice, some fighters fight down to their competition because they don't take their competition seriously. You need to have a tough competition to make Earl get out there and show what he can do. And like I said, I still believe Earl is the truth. It's still man down strap season. I just feel like he hit a road bump and he about to pull on through. Because, he's always been able to overcome. And if you look at Earl's face when he was like, that's what this feels like. When he took his first loss, Earl didn't like that feeling. And he don't want to feel that shit again. And so
it felt worse when he lost in the Olympics. Shit.
Nah, this one felt worse because it was all the build up, all the shit talking, all that. This one was much worse.
So you think the WBO will allow Earl to jump up into their rankings that quick? Because I know the WBC did. They got him number 3.
Earl's top 5 in all rankings.
Okay. Yeah, man, shit. Why not? Why not Tim Tszyu then?
WBC got him at number 3, I think.
Yeah.
I think WBA got him at number 2. But yeah, Shakur Frank gonna be good. But so I think Bud gonna be fighting PGB Big Dog. That's what I'm saying. If this was Earl before Bud, we would have said that Earl would run through Tszyu or Castano, right, PGB? This is what I'm saying. Like I said, expensive paper, my nigga Bomb Squad coming through with that $20 holler. The Bomb Squad, Mr. I want a body on my resume. And who told you that? Now I'm asking, where you hear that from? See, PGB Big Dog, I feel like Earl Spence just lost his hunger. He was too complacent, PGB. The man sit there and actually disrespected all the welterweights. If you don't understand what he said 50% of me can beat any welterweight out here. That's disrespectful as hell. That's a lot of pride, PGB.
Yeah.
Earl felt like he could sit there and sit down for 3 years and come make one fight in 3 years and then hop in the fight with your best competition. And now Earl realized it's not. He realized that he's older now. He realized that other fighters are still training. A great training camp can make a difference. Look at the way Sean Porter trained for Earl. That man had a 6-month training camp, and that nigga was sharp. He was sharp as shit. But look where he looked against Bud. He wasn't sharp. Like, you can have a fighter go through a training camp and be a whole completely different fighter. That training camp is important. And what I'm saying is, PGB, before the Terrence Crawford fight, everybody would have picked Earl to smash Tim Tszyu. We would have picked Earl to smash Brian Castano. We would have picked Earl to go up and fight Canelo for the third fight. Because they was building Earl versus Canelo if Bud didn't take the fight. Earl got that money, and he felt like he was the big dog, the big fish. I mean, you know, that's my nigga, but shit, sometimes it gets to your head. And like Blu-ray said, he about to get, like Charlo said, Earl got that gas back. He wasn't hungry. And that's what's good. Like, when that happens to a lot of hustlers, when they make that money, they're not hungry no more. Like the hustlers used to be out there when they were broke. Out there busting things down to the nicks and the dimes, out there night to night, out there 24 hours a day from the 1st to the 5th, getting all their money, stashing their money, buying oodles and noodles and shit. You feel what I'm saying? Not spending nothing. Getting that paper up, stacking it, reading it up, flipping it, smacking it, D'ing it up. You know, getting that money together. You know what I'm saying? Stacking that bread up. But then when you get that bread stacked up, you forgot what it takes to get that. Like they say, making money is easy. Keeping it is the hard thing. Becoming a champion is easy. Staying a champion is the hard thing. Because once you then become a champion, you get more complacent. You start forgetting what it took to get there. You remember Rocky 3 showed you best. Rocky out there, Clubber Lane was still hungry. Rocky was sitting there fighting cakewalks. And Earl wasn't hungry no more, my nigga. Earl had to get that passion. And when you get that damn passion and you go out there, you train like it's no tomorrow. You go out there and you leave your blood, sweat, and tears in that gym. Then you go out there and you destroy the person that you get in the ring with. You bust their damn ass. And before this Crawford fight, we would have picked Earl by a landslide over any of them niggas right there. And that's got to be the same Earl. We need that Lamont Peterson Earl. We need that Earl that went to go see Kell Brook. That Earl that they was denying the damn belt that said it's strap season. Mr. Y'all got to fight me now, Earl. We got that Earl that say tables about to turn now, Earl. That Earl that came through a Ferrari, came back, beat Danny Garcia ass to the ground now, Earl. That's the Earl we need right there. We don't need that Earl that's like Rocky 3. We need Earl to come out there and do what the hell he do. Watch them dudes right there, build this shit up, and make a name and make that fight a lot more bigger. That's what we need right there. And if we can't get that Earl right there, then he needs to sit his ass down somewhere.
Oh, facts, dog. I don't never want to see that version again, man.
Yeah, don't nobody want to see a half-ass Earl, bro. That's like Sugar Ray Leonard came back and Macho Camacho whooped his ass. No way in the world was Macho Camacho he's supposed to be in the same city as Sugar Ray Leonard, much less beating a great like that. If you can't compete at the highest level, don't compete at all, period. I don't want to see Earl go out like my nigga Mike Tyson and Roy Jones did. You got D and C-level fighters stopping you. Hell fucking no. That's too much against Earl. Earl has too much pride. He's done came too far to have that happen to his legacy. No. Exactly, John Kramer. When you start sleeping on silk sheets instead of the motherfucking floor, then you forget what the hunger was about. Yep. Like Jamil Charlo say, Earl got that hunger again. Earl sitting in the back of that locker room crying in front of his family because he lost. All that shit he was talking, one side ass whooping, all that. This called a humbling feeling. He humbled now. And he sat there and said, that's what this feels like. That's what this feels like. Earl knows what it feels like to be at the bottom. The biggest fight in his career. He did all the heavy fucking lifting. He even gave the nigga a 50-50 split because he thought he was going to wash the nigga. You gave this nigga his biggest payday and he ain't have to damn do a damn thing. Y'all done got hired to clear a lot off. The lot took y'all 12 hours to do it. This nigga been sitting back drinking lemonade the whole time. You been busting your ass. And y'all got paid the same amount. Come on now. That's a fucked up feeling. And Earl don't like that. So now Earl want to get back in there and bust that ass. Exactly, John Kramer. He made 17 million off the Mikey Garcia fight. Earl's getting paid, man. And when you start making that type of money, bro, it's hard to get up. Like, shit. The nigga was making so much money, man. When he fought Mikey and Sean Porter, he didn't even have a fucking damn motherfucking real training camp, man. The nigga had fat camps. He didn't even do strength and conditioning. All he did do was lose weight, bro. He wasn't training like that. Now Earl know what it feel like. He done got embarrassed. That's what that was. He done got embarrassed. That man beat him in front of his wife, kids, and his family. And if you a real nigga, you know what it's like. That's the worst fear of my life, was to ever get my ass whooped in front of my wife, my kids, or my family. Because if you lose in front of your wife, your authority is gone. You try to tell her something, or you getting loud with me, but that nigga whooped your ass. Get your ass whooped in front of your kids.
Yeah.
Your kids ain't even looking at you to say you supposed to be a hero in front of your kids. A hero in front of your kids. And your family gonna show you pity. When you a grown ass man, you don't want no fucking pity. You want motherfuckers to respect, fear, and damn congratulate you. And Earl let his mouth get to talking and he got embarrassed. And now Earl has to embarrass Crawford. So Earl's about to take this shit with tunnel vision like a horse with them damn blinders on.
I hope so, man.
Straight. And he's about to run through anybody that gets in that damn ring with him. Tim Tszyu, Brian Castano, anybody. Earl's going to be at a comfortable weight. Earl's going to be able to rehydrate better, get Blu-ray back, and then they about to damn get... Exactly, Kramer. This man beat you so damn bad, they consider him an all-time great.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, you was the stepping stone to this man's legacy when he was supposed to be the stepping stone to yours. You was supposed to step on Bud and become great with undisputed and everything. This man done stepped on you and got 2 times. And you did all the heavy lifting. You went and took 3 belts, and he just got one from the white boy, and he was good. The one that the white boy shouldn't have won because he robbed Manny Pacquiao. And I'm talking about white boy because he ain't even from America. He from damn Australia. You know, one of them good day mates. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no real boxer.
Motherfucking name the Hornet, Jeff Horn. Come on.
Yeah.
Man.
Them white boys over there ain't like the ones we got in America. They ain't no damn Caleb Plants. That man right there is damn a good day, Mike. They out there messing with kangaroos and alligators.
Yeah, and that's Crush the Legend. Yeah, he do got to show it. That's why people gonna be looking forward to his next fight. See if the hell made him hungry or made him put it up, pack it up. Gotta see.
I'm dropping that link for anybody want to come up here and post your comment. Y'all want to come drop a comment on what y'all think. I want to see what everybody think about this shit.
I hope he got that hunger back, man. He gonna need it, dog.
CHARLO said he do.
The propaganda and bud camp, shit, he used that shit as fuel.
Yeah, did you see Bo Mack when he went back? I told these motherfuckers. Yeah. Like, come on, man. Earl Spence was scared of being a meme when he thought Ugas knocked his teeth out. He still became a meme.
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy, Shane Fraser. Same thing they did to Wilder. They wasn't giving Wilder no credit, but as soon as Tyson Fury beat him, Tyson Fury one of all-time greats. So what you mean to say is Wilder was an all-time great y'all was scared of, but since somebody beat him, now it's good.
You know how the media downplay certain fighters' greatness.
It's an open talk, man. Y'all can hop up here with me and smoke.
Nah, that loss don't feel right at all because I knew that version, man. Nah, bro. That ain't it.
Yeah, I sat back and I've done watched that fight about 53 times, bro.
Yeah, I watched it too. I watched it yesterday. Yeah.
And I all I can see is Earl dropped the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Earl wasn't hungry. Earl just thought he could just come off the damn couch and go play a full court basketball game. Now he just seen he got tired in the first quarter. Like that man got hit behind his right there behind his ear, got his equilibrium knocked off, and he was never able to recover.
All that
And
damn ducking he doing.
he was ducking into the damn shots, bro. Like
Yeah.
that's another thing. Like he ain't been in the ring so long, he kept putting his face right there. I said, man, is he giving Crawford the shots?
So what you think about that?
I said maybe Earl trying to make him punch himself out, but damn, he taking too much damage.
What you think about that? Upper echelon Jermaine Woods said Spence needs to check his ego and bring in an extra trainer.
I've been saying that Jermaine Wood. I've been saying there's a lot of egos in that camp that gotta get. They gotta stop it.
Yeah.
We got my man Crush the Legend up here about the damn do his. Go ahead, Crush. Drop it off.
What's going on? Salute everybody, man.
Salute,
Man,
King.
listen. Let me give it to y'all like this, man. Listen, ever since this damn fight, in all the years I've been talking boxing, and I know my city messed with me like that on the boxing tip, but this fight, they ate me the fuck up. Oh man, how could you pick Arrow to beat? But I mean, all this shit. Now, I never heard this shit when I was incorrect maybe twice before. But this had to be the biggest thing. I had people like, now your boxing knowledge is, I don't know about it. That's the part I'm not worried about that. But I taught me something, and what it taught me, who the fuck is called? Boy, on my phone.
What
Can't
did you
see right
say?
now, man. Yeah, it taught me, man, is that we never know if our fighter's going to show up because all the confidence that we all had in Errol Spence and what we thought he had in himself, he didn't show up fight night, and this is one of the Ada. I can't talk to you, man. And it's like one of the scariest things that I had to witness in the sport of boxing. So I had to say, well, damn. Now I got to really sit back a little more and not really have that much confidence in these dudes because we don't know which way that they moving. And Errol, I love Errol, but he got to show me I'm really at the drawing board with my man because the biggest fight of your career, and I mean, he looked like shit. I think
You know
staying in
something?
that weight class too long.
Yeah, but
because I think him becoming undisputed wasn't about the belt anymore.
that's what I was about to
It
say.
used to be about the belt because people were saying it was about Terrence Crawford to begin with, and it was never really about the belt.
But you know
So
something? Let me interject real quick,
while
Crush.
it's starting to
Crush.
see, oh man, this is just really about more so than
Hey,
fighting
Crush.
Terrence Crawford, not because
Hey, Crush.
Terrence
Let me say
Crawford
one
had
thing,
the
brother.
belt,
Let me
but
say one thing,
this is
Crush.
the man that everybody's talking about.
Can you hear me,
That
Crush?
amongst the
You
other
can't hear
big
me.
names that you know people questioning could he be beat? Do this guy have
Hey,
everything?
John Kramer. John Kramer, you gotta come back through. You gotta come back through with your You gotta let your mic be right. You gotta let your mic be right. John Kramer ain't gonna let you in the studio.
All right, hold on.
No, not you, Crush. I'm talking to John
come
Kramer.
back.
No, not you, Crush. I'm talking to John.
Okay.
His thing, he
Yeah.
got his mic, and his camera off, and it won't let you do it like that. You can just let your camera be off, but not your mic. But what I was gonna say one thing to you, Crush. I knew it was a problem when Earl, because I still got the videos when he said being undisputed was the one thing that he wanted. Like he said, undisputed was his dream. And in the week of the fight, he changed up on me. He said, hell, getting this bread was his dream. He wanted to get the money. And I was like, whoa, when the hell did this happen? Like he changed from undisputed being his top priority to being the first undisputed welterweight to getting his bag.
Facts.
Hey, salute
And
John
that's
Kramer.
what I was moving for. And that's what I
What's
was
going on?
alluding to. What I was saying, I was alluding to that too. So now, man, he got to show me. But this should be a learning lesson for anybody, man. No matter what you got going on, you're doing your thing. Stay humble. Also, always stay focused and stay ready. And he took Bud for granted. He really did. He really did. And the whole time this little dude had everybody else thinking that he's scared of him and everything, and he was planning for this guy the whole time. So the whole time he like, and EJ fell right into this dude trap. I'm gonna catch you when you ain't ready. Cause I know if I catch you when you're ready, it's not gonna be the same outcome. You know what I
Ain't
mean?
no.
So
Hold on one second, Crush. Ain't nobody questioning. I ain't questioning Coach James that whole boy. We questioning Earl, bruh. We saying Earl wasn't the same. He wasn't hungry like he was before. That's what we talk about. I'm not saying nothing about Derrick James, but he do need some help because he's splitting up the time between 5 fighters. It's only 24 hours in a day, and he had Ryan. He had Frank. Charles.
Anthony Joshua.
He had 4 fights coming up back to back in less than a month and a half. He had Frank Martin, Earl Spence, Anthony Joshua, and Charlo in less than a month and a half. 4 fights. All right. What's good, Kramer?
What's going on, fellas? Salute, salute.
Salute.
Man, it just boils down to, man, he just don't get easy. Period, point blank. You start getting a cat millions of dollars, man. Sooner or later, man, they gonna start goddamn drinking the Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? They still winning, and they hadn't do as much. You see what I'm saying? Like for Sean Porter, he didn't really train for Sean and Danny and them, but he could beat them just because of him. When you come up against another great fighter, man, you got to go the extra mile. And he started getting a lot of money, and that's what it is, you know. I mean, that shit changed a lot of people, man. Lazy,
And you see they
millions of
what? And you
lazy,
see,
bro.
and they wasn't game planning the way they should be. Their game plan was focused on EJ and their style. They didn't change their style to fit the opponent. They just did what they do and just hope that you can hammer in a screw. You know what I'm saying?
EJ
Sometimes you can't hammer
knew
in a
the
screw.
second, EJ knew the second round in that fight he was in a
I'm
motherfucking
still at
real
work.
fight.
Give me a second. I'm
Period,
gonna call
point
you
blank.
right back.
He
Salute
knew
here,
in the
dog.
second
Call you right back.
fight, he knew he couldn't beat that man because he know he ain't prepared right for him. It's it's just that he just need to go back to the drawing board and figure out a way how to beat him. He got to watch some film too, man. You got to watch film too, man.
And you know
They
something?
everybody watch film. They got to get in there and come up with a game plan. They got to figure out what Crawford like to do and stuff like that, man. They just got to go back to the drawing
There's a
board.
lot of things
Period.
that Crawford like to do. Like if you could look, Mean Machine dropped Crawford. You see, Jose Benavidez gave Bud Crawford. That's because they trained for Bud. Earl trained for Earl. Earl trained to do what
Right.
he normally do. And see, the worst thing Earl ever said was, "Forget all that boxing and shit. I'm about to just go back to bulldozing niggas." And see, Earl figured that he could just go back and just bulldoze everybody. You just can't bulldoze everybody, especially if you got somebody that can think.
Bulldozing everybody when he had Blu-ray. He ain't got
Yeah,
Blu-ray, so you can't bulldozing and shit.
yeah. You tried to bulldoze with a moped. That bitch got stuck.
Right. Right. Shit, Blu-ray had that man in immaculate shape. He was durable. Take shots better. He could wear people down. He
And with
got to
Blu-ray,
know
he was
that
strong. He was
he
strong.
broke.
Couldn't
It
nobody
don't.
push him
You know
around.
what I mean? Blu-ray had that guy in tip-top condition, man. He should have stayed with him, but when you get lazy, man, and Blu-ray, I think Blu-ray exercises and stuff that he was doing, man. I mean, it damn near killing EJ, but he seen the success from it. And then when he started getting that big money, man, he got kind of lazy. Like, man, I ain't got to do this. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm good enough without doing this. You see what I'm saying? And I think that's what happened to him, man. His head swelled up the size of the moon. Sometimes you need to be humble. You know what I'm saying? Everybody done been humbled in life before. You got to be humble sometimes. It's just how you bounce back.
And see, he had them 2 fights with Danny and Mike. I mean, with Danny and Sean without Blu-ray. So he got away from the damn Kool-Aid. But then they realized Manny Pacquiao was a legend. And Manny Pacquiao had just stopped Keith Thurman. Just beat Keith Thurman. So Earl was like, hell, I gotta get Blu-ray back in there. So you see they got Blu-ray back when they got to fight Manny Pacquiao because Manny Pacquiao is an all-time great, they say, you feel me? But then after Manny Pacquiao was gone, then he went back to the other dude for Ugas because he thought he was leagues above Ugas. You feel what I'm saying? And then when he fought Crawford, he felt like he was See, everybody, they underestimated Crawford. Like if you look when they did that thing when they was doing each other's attributes. Remember he was putting Crawford's defense low, his chin low. Remember he was shitting on Crawford for real. Crawford gave him some decent.
I think he was just kind of promoting, but I mean it is what it is.
Shit, the way he fought it didn't. He did.
He really thought he kept they kept pushing that Crawford fought people in the. Like he kept saying he fought people that was already washed. And like they even said Kell Brook gave him problems. And so Earl figured if Kell Brook gave that man problems, and he used to bring up the Jose Benavidez as the one leg man giving him problems. When you see shit like that, then you like, man, hell, I could beat that nigga easy.
What all those guys got in common that you just named though?
They all lost.
They all kind of sit back too, kind of counterpunch a little bit too, don't
they?
Yeah. That Crawford fought.
Yeah.
What EJ do?
Come forward.
EJ. See now EJ gonna have to kind of change. Don't change your style, but kind of refine it a little.
Go to that Danny Garcia style.
Yeah, where's the Lamont Peterson style? Using your
Lamont Peterson, Danny Garcia boxing.
Changing the trajectory of your jab. Smoking.
Yeah, man. I say that Lamont Peterson form of EJ. I think that guy beat Crawford. Did you see how he stayed behind his jab? He didn't lunge on shots. He kind of, you know what I'm saying? That was the perfect style because he didn't really come.
He went southpaw and orthodox in that fight too.
Right.
Using angles,
I think that one beats him, and I think the Danny Garcia spins beats him. I think the Danny Garcia spins beats him.
His footwork was immaculate in that fight. Man,
I think the Mikey Garcia, Danny Garcia, and Lamont Peterson, Earl Spence beats Crawford. The Mikey Garcia one, the Danny Garcia one, and Lamont Peterson. Huh?
Take a call, man. I'm gonna jump off, y'all. I appreciate y'all letting me on, though, man.
Oh, no problem, Kate. No problem.
Yes, sir.
Peace and blessings. But yeah.
You definitely got to get back to that, man.
The Earl that fought Lamont Peterson. That man right there would have gave Crawford hell. And Earl was fast then, too. And when Earl fought Danny Garcia, even without strength and conditioning versus Mikey and Danny Garcia, Earl was quick. He was getting there first. He was boxing. He was in and out. He was on the back foot. He was on the front foot. Because he knew Danny Garcia was a dangerous puncher, so he wasn't trying to get hit by Danny. See, I just feel like he just didn't respect Crawford at all, for real.
No, he did.
He looked like that. He just didn't. He looked like he just didn't respect Crawford because he showed Danny Garcia and Mikey Garcia more respect than he showed Crawford, basically. And he boxed them. He just tried to go through it. Jermaine Wood, I think, because he ain't been in the ring so long, bro. Like, you got to realize Earl's been in one fight in 3 years before that Crawford fight.
And let's keep it 100, bro. Earl had, 28 fights at welterweight? Crawford had 7, and he said it was tough for him to make 47 this fight. You know
we'll keep it up. But what I'm saying is most fighters be in their third down weight division by now.
Yeah, so I'm like, bro, I ain't making no excuses, but Earl wanted it. He got it. Obviously, he didn't get the result that he wanted. You know
That's what I said, PGB, big dog. That's what I said. Earl, he showed the disrespect of Bud. He rated that man low in all different categories. And that's how him and Derek really felt about Bud. They thought Bud was really mediocre, that, people been saving him. That's what they thought.
It don't mean don't train your ass off. You know what I'm saying? And game plan. You still got to strategize to beat them.
Yeah, but if you think you're going up against a lame duck, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you got a one leg Jose Benavidez that took him 12 rounds. You got Mean Machine that drops him. You know you stronger than Mean Machine. You feel me? Like you feel like hell. This nigga overrated. He fought Sean Porter when he was retired. Like, EJ felt like, EJ knew what he did to Sean Porter. And he felt like if Sean Porter could last with Crawford, he knew he wasn't even his best when he fought Sean Porter. So he felt like, shit, if I get my strength and conditioning, I'm leagues above this guy. And that's what Earl thought. But what he didn't realize is Bud was saving his best fight. It was like Bud been holding back all these years or something. Like Bud must fight to his competition. But I tell you what, Bud next fight, he better look good like that again. I'm telling you. Because if not, we're gonna have an issue. Because, like I said,
Was
Bud
it
had
Vada
the
in this?
motherfucker.
Was it Vada and Spence Crawford? I don't think it was drug testing.
They said it was a private drug test. They had secret drug testing. Yeah, but hell, Terrence Crawford had the motherfucking glow. I tried to talk to him, Shawar. He ain't really he been on vacation. I just talked to Derek. And Derek ain't really saying nothing about it. No, they got good training in. Hell, Earl was traded. Earl was traded. They did their normal training. It's just they just didn't train. I don't know. I don't know.
They underestimated Bud.
Yeah. They underestimated it. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. Yeah, it do, Shawar, but people ain't trying to make no excuses though, Shawar. That is true, PGB. That is true. Victor Conte is a master at passing them tests. Exactly, Kawhi. You can't underestimate your opponent. You underestimate your opponent will lead to destruction. But yeah. Earl looked like he was at 10%, honestly. Jordan T. Bishop, salute. Yeah, Derek did look pissed and confused. He said Earl looked like he was walking in quicksand out there as well, though. But like I said, Earl hasn't damn motherfucking did this shocking his body in a long time. And he had to make that weight. His body ain't used to it now at the age of 33. He ain't did it. So you don't know how your body react once you reach a certain different age. You can age overnight. But now my guy Just Do, he coming on right now. We'll come on again tonight, probably about 12 p.m. Eastern or 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm gonna do a third shift for my truck drivers. But Smoking Bud, give your last thought and we get up out of here so Just Do can get his shine on.
Yeah, salute to the panel. Salute to Upper Echelon. Salute to the chat. Still Team Spence, man. Still Team Man Down. Ain't nothing changed. You know what I'm saying, bro? Just got to get on this shit, bro. You know what I mean? This shit is all that for me. I'll be back on with you later.
All right. It'll be probably like midnight.
No, I bet.
All right. Peace and blessings to everybody out there, man. Y'all hit the notification bell because I'm going to be on later on tonight. But y'all know how we leave up out of here, man. And if y'all can, go check out my guy Just Do. He coming on right now. But here we go. Time to get up out of here, people. And I appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming today, man, and showing love.
They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Tryna catch me a op, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought it was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more. His brain's gone, nigga. It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting. We really hit it, nigga. We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hitters, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Hop out and leave them holding like the Bible. AR-15, that's a high-power rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals. Break that shit down, nigga. AK or anybody kill. Hop out, get the drilling and spilling. 7.62 gon' split. FN, that's for any fuck nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eat these bullets for dinner. 5.0, eat 'em up, eat 'em up. SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple ops Draco. I got 'em all, you don't want no. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I can leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason.